Obviously, I would say Manchester City's form. I mean, nobody could have seen a Pep Guardiola team lose four straight Premier League games, and I mean, fail to win in 7 games in all competitions. So of course, I think that's like the most obvious one. But also, I think I've been very impressed by Chelsea, how they've been able to keep the pace with like the top teams. I mean, if you saw their preseason games, then you knew that. I mean, the prediction was like, yeah, these people are in trouble, because the things that Maresca was trying at the time did not like seem like they made sense. But over the course of the season, the good thing about him, and I think that that's something that I appreciate in managers, is that you learn your lessons very fast, you fix the errors, and you know get better as the season progresses. And I think that's what we're seeing with Chelsea. They're playing more confidently. They've cut out certain unnecessary things that have been holding them back. And so I say, yeah, I'm impressed with them. Of course, another thing that is a bit surprising is how good Barcelona were when the season started, because I mean, their form has kind of gone down. But, it was very impressive. Unfortunately, of course, the way that they play with all the intensity and everything, and just the vibe of their system makes it hard to sustain. So there has to be a lot of mixing around a little, and Flick has to have another way to, manage things. So I think those are majorly the ones for me. Yeah. One thing I said as Messi and Ronaldo exited the stage, the grand stage, is that football would be a bit closer, because we don't have superhumans playing anymore. And I think we're starting to see that a lot of the great players that we have now are looking more and more human every day, even when they do exploits. We've seen Mbappe struggle, we've seen Haaland struggle, we've seen Vinicius struggle with his national team especially. We've seen things like that. So clearly, the smaller teams are not as scared. And now everybody's looking at Manchester City and they're like, yeah, we can beat these guys. So everybody's coming with confidence as well. And I think that's something to note. Obviously, money still plays a part. The big teams will always have more, and they'll always be able to bully the others, because football is very money driven nowadays, and the gulf between the top and the rest, is held up by money. But I think that we're going to see it closer this time around, like in next decade, compared to the previous decade when 2, 3, 4 teams were battering everybody. I think that's a good thing for the sport. I think that Manchester City will claw back. I'm very, in fact, I'm going to make a prediction now that Manchester City are going to win the league. And I'm doing it based on the second half I saw against Liverpool. I saw a team that was slowly getting itself back. And going forward, I think that what I heard from Pep, from Ruben Diaz, from the spirit in the Manchester City camp, of course, everybody's writing them off. And I think that's when teams like that, who have done it over and over again, tend to find strength and the poise to go forward. So I think Manchester City are going to have cut the lead by January to something closer. I don't know how many, but to something closer. And I think ultimately they will win the league. That's my main prediction. Also, I think probably Atletico Madrid will be top of the table in La Liga by January. Mostly because Real Madrid will not have played their outstanding game. Atletico are just 2 points behind Barcelona. Barcelona are going to Saudi Arabia to play the Super Cup. So I think by January 1st, Atletico will be top of the league.